What did Peruzzi do on this freaking album? Like, Peruzzi is literally giving all them top guns and all these top dogs a run for their money. That this album is actually racing to be the album of the year. But does it have the star power to actually go number one? I think it should because of the Davido influence. Yo guys, welcome to yet another exciting time here at Gusto TV Africa, and this is Gusto Reactions. How are you guys doing? And guys, thank you for your incredible support. You guys are the real MVPs for everything that you guys do for us here. We deeply appreciate it. Your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, for telling a friend to tell a friend about what we do here on Gusto TV Africa. And of course, you have to. It is the best source for everything Afrobeats, entertainment, and of course, pop culture. Thank you for your incredible support. I know a lot of guys are asking, what's up? Where is Manuel? Manuel is on sabbatical, so I'm here alone today. But then again, let's just gist right straight into it. It's been quite an incredible day. I mean, Fridays are usually one of my best days, to say the least, because we get to enjoy good music. Undoubtedly, New Music Friday. So, as the name implies, New Music Friday, new albums, new singles, new EPs, and our Afro superstars are eating good and feeding us heavy. But then again, we just want to really spotlight a particular album. I'm talking about the Sabali album by the one and only Peruzzi. When Peruzzi announced that he was going to drop an album, I said to myself, like say Utikado see what he won't take again. Oh. And in my opinion, I'm like, brother, we know you to be one of the best songwriters in the country. Of course, your numerous contribution to the Davido dynasty. Davido has definitely given him his props many times, so it's not a fluke to say Davido has benefited from Peruzzi. Peruzzi is one of the strongest songwriters in the DMW setup at the time, talking about DMW 1.0. And then Peruzzi drops the Sabali album after a couple of shouts here and there. I wouldn't say a heavy rollout. Maybe just a subtle rollout. But then it's good enough rollout to actually anticipate an album of that magnitude. Because if you look at the way that album is super stacked with a lot of superstars, we'll get into all that, but stay with me. And then I'm thinking, okay, I don't want this album to flop. I don't want it to be as though he's an Oteka trying to come back into the scene to want to do something different and try to get people to like him again, maybe for a few weeks, a few days. I want an album that sticks. I want an album that stays. Even if this is his retirement album, so to speak, we can say that, hell, Peruzzi did a thing on this album. And that is all I've been praying for. And I tell you what, first listening to that album, 12 a.m. And I'm like, what the actual heck? What did Peruzzi do on this freaking album? Like, in my head, I'm like, oh boy, don't settle. Peruzzi is literally giving all them top guns and all these top dogs a run for their money because, yo, I can tell you for free that this album is actually racing to be the album of the year. I say it again. This album is racing to be the album of the year. I know y'all want to come for me now because, yeah, we've had a couple great albums. How is Peruzzi, Peru of all people, actually dropping an album that is supposed to be an album of the year 2025? Yes, freaking fucking hell, yes. Because if you haven't listened to the album, don't chat to me. Don't fucking chat to me. I don't want to hear what you have to say. When you go and listen to the album, you come back to me and actually we can talk. Maybe we can have a conversation because, yo, this album is beautifully done. I'm like, what was Peruzzi thinking? What guy who give you waiting? Because I don't know. The album is so good. I couldn't really think of anything better than this album because I'm looking in my head like, yo, what the heck? This album is so good. It's so clean. The features on this album, everyone came correct. It's more like, almost like what Odumodu did, assembling the Avengers on an album. Yeah. And I want to say big ups to Peruzzi because I want to say an Oteka has taken again. But after listening to this album, I'll be like, yo, bro, don't leave us again. You need to stay in the corridors of Afrobeats because we need these type of albums. We need these type of albums to actually take us to the place we need to be because trust me, them big threes are fading off. Peruzzi, maybe you have a chance to crawl back into the scene and be the top dog because, yo, this album is sick. Let's take a dive through the features on this album. If we're talking about stacking an album, this is what stacking an album is. I mean, Davido was featured twice on this project, on the Sabali project, right? Zlatan, Mayokun, Terry. If you're asking who's Terry, Terry is Starboy Terry, of course, Whiskey's former apprentice, right? We have Dremo, we have Jerick the Hustler, we have Bella Shmurda. Yes, Bella Shmurda just dropped an album, by the way. And of course, we have Jesse Jags. Where the heck did you bring Jesse Jags out from? If you don't know Jesse Jags, you're probably Gen Z if you don't know Jesse Jags. Jesse Jags is one of them chocolate hitty generals. I'm talking about Jude Abaga's younger brother. Now, making it more complex, I'm talking about M.I. Abaga's younger brother. I'm talking about Jesse Jagger. Jesse Jags on the album, Juju Boy, and Nana Kwabena. We have Kemuel, my guy Kemuel, The Caveman, one of the best high life groups in the world, Gazo, Esoterica, this person, I'll come back to that, The Flow Wolf, and Igberi Papa One of Bayelsa Timaya. Now, if we are talking about assembling the Avengers, this is what it looks like, because if you see this lineup can play competition for Monkey Post with you. You better pack your boots and go home. It's a mix of OGs and the new gens and a little bit of them betweens. It's like whoever thought about stacking up this amount of people on this album, credit to the person, man, because the A&R for this P, well done. Well done. And before I begin to talk to you, because I'm getting too excited, let me just give you my rating for this album before we delve into the deeper stuff, right? This album is a clear, like I say 9 over 10. Make no be like if I say 10 over 10, they will say, Apollo, waiting up, 9 over 10. And now the big question is, did Davido help to actually push this album to where it is? Because right now on the charts, I think the album is like 5th place. It's the 5th album on Apple Music Nigeria Top Albums chart as at the time when this video was done. So we're still seeing a lot of mileage. We're still hoping to see a lot of mileage, I beg your pardon. And I hope that this album does maybe like number 1. If it does number 1, I will shut down this thing. When I not go hear my voice. When I not go, see, I not go hear my voice like 10 days straight because I called it forth. But does it have the star power to actually go number 1? I think it should because of the Davido influence. Davido was featured twice on this album. First of all, on the most amazing track on this album, or one of the most amazing tracks on this album, I beg your pardon, I'm talking about Akbala Drill. Bro, if you haven't heard that song, go and listen to what Davido did on that track. It is freaking insane. It is sick as F. And I can tell you for facts that, that one song is that song that you're going to have on replay, on repeat all the time. I also have this track that is so amazing, right? And I felt like this is what we are here for, right? Give me that kind of energy. This track that assembled all the DMW 1.0 guys together. I'm talking about Perfect Situation featuring Davido, Maricun, and Dremo, right? These guys were also part of the DMW 1.0 setup. And it is quite insane. Now, Davido featured twice on this album. Everybody knows what Davido has done in 2025. Has had an incredible run, about 9 features already in 2025. I think about 9 features. And all these features put together have got about 8 million streams or thereabout. Yeah, we know Whiskey has done quite about 177 million across all the features it's had in 2025. Yeah, but we're talking about Big David. So David's influence, I think, will be able to carry this album to number 1 on the albums, on Apple Music Top Albums chart. I don't know if it's going to be there. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I feel like this album is good enough album to be able to solidify its place as one of the best albums all 2025. So yes, I feel like Davido influence is going to help. It's really going to help. But guys, I really need to know and hear what you have to say about this. But before we do that, let's take a few comments on X regarding this album. Shito has this to say about this album, right? He says, been listening since 5:50 a.m. It is a kind of music that will inspire you, speak to your soul, trigger you to chase money, enjoy life, reminisce on the past with gratitude, and lastly, knock plank on anyone who's trying to downplay your journey. I love this comment from Shito. Quite what it is. I mean, like, if you listen to the entirety of this album, you're going to feel all these things that Shito has just explained. And the last comment I'll take is from Simbaliba, one of Africa, and he says, this album should win a Grammy. What, brother? This album should win a Grammy? Okay. Well, he said it's well curated, well tuned, a good pen game, good beat and delivery, good vocal performance, and excellent sound engineering. No album, I repeat, no album in 2025 matches this album for now, except With You song by Davido. That's a smash hit. Well, I see a little bit of bias in there, but I mean, it is what it is. If you have listened to this album by Peruzzi Sabali album, what do you think? Over 10, rate this album. Put that comment in the comment box below. Of course, I want to see and hear everything that you have to say. But for me, this is a clear 9 over 10. And I really, really love this album. But the big question is Davido's influence able to push this album to the #1 spot? Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Catch you again on another episode. Bye for now.